Hello guys, so today I'm gonna show you how to solve a puzzle called Scrabble. You might be familiar with it, but here's the description. So when you are playing Scrabble, each player draws 7 letters and must find a word that scores the most points using these letters. As you can see, the letters can repeat itself, and this is some scoring list here. So some letters have a high score, some have a lower score, and the input is like this. So first the number of words, and then a single word containing up to 7 letters. Not up to 7 letters, but the 7 letters that are available to build build these words out of those 7 letters. So let's start in the Visual Studio. Okay. Let's enable Hackerman mode. Console.foreground color equals console color green. Okay. And let's start by copying the input that is given to us. So first of all is word number. Okay, and we'll use some, let's remove the warnings by doing these, and word list, new list of strings. That's nice. And by the word number we can say word list.add console.readline and nothing if the console.readline is null. And this is our drawn letters drawn or something like that. And again, let's call this like this. Okay, so this is our setup, and let's start up by adding our collection. We will try to first make a collection that will keep the scores, these scores, letter scores. And if you watched any of my other videos, you might remember the CharDictionary, which is perfect for a situation like this. So let's build up a CharDictionary. Let's call it CharDictionary. Let's make it generic. We don't need to, but let's make it so. So again, we can Google how indexer works, the syntax of it. Let's just copy and paste it. So our keys in our collection will be numbers, the English letter words in our, and they will be hashed to a position in our inner array. And let's make a private static integer hash function that takes a character key and hashes it out, and it will be as simple as our key minus the letter A. So for example, if our letter is A minus A, the result is 0. If our letter is B minus A, the result is 1. and if it's a C, minus 8, the result is 2. So by this way we are hashing our key to find the index of our key in our generic T array. Okay, as simple as that. And also I wanna just synthetic sugar, remove these. Okay, and of course, as you can see, this is not integer, this will be our car key, not a car key, and we'll just hash function the key to find the number, to find the something, the T in our inner array, or to get the value. Okay, and now we could do something like, before we even start, we could do var, how should we call this, LetterScores, for example, equals new car dictionary, and for each letter there's an integer score. Okay, and we could write something like LetterScores of A equals, then a score of A is 1. But there would be a lot of writing if we did it like this. So let's add a method here that will help us with that. So what's the deal here? These are actually the keys and this is the value. So our method, if we call it, let's say, public void add items to key, or no, that this is wrong, add keys with item, with value. Okay, and so T is the value, that item, and the keys are some params car array keys. If you don't know, if you write params, that means, let me show you. If we call this method LetterScores that add keys with value, now you can write a value, and then you can write as many keys as you want here, and they will be converted to array that is in these params. See, this works fine, or this works fine, or this, or this, or this, and I'm sure this works as well, which will give us empty array. Okay, and this of course doesn't. So let's assign these. So for each key in keys, let's say inner array hash function of a key is equal value. That's it, as simple as this. And now let's copy out these values. So for point 1, for 1 point there are these letters, and we of course need to put them in these signs, the character, and by doing this we already created this nice little collection, DNG. And to not write this all out, I will peek at the already solved problem, because I always solve before posting a video. I always solve everything beforehand, so we will just copy and paste our solution here. This, and we could add a breakpoint here and here, and let's check out if our collection actually works. So if you look at the letter scores, now there are some values in our array, and probably when we are done with it, there should be a score for each letter in the English alphabet, and that's true. That's correct. Okay, nice. So once we are done with that, we need to, what do we need to do next? Well, there are these drawn letters from which we can create our own words out of. So we somehow need to check if any of the words given on the word list can actually be allowed, can be rearranged from these drawn letters. So how do we do this? We can use CharDictionary again, but for drawn letters. And let's do it. For drawn letters that length, we can create a new CharDictionary, again with the integer, and this CharDictionary will tell us for each drawn letter of I, how many times we can use it. It's as simple as this. So if this is the case, then we will have 7 letter A's that are allowed to be used. So let me show you. Let's take some sample here. Okay. And you can see we are getting some values in on our drawn letters. Let's make a breakpoint here actually, and now we can see this HICQUWH. There are 2 H in. There should be at least one value here that has a 2 in itself, and that is here on the position 7, which is 8th letter of the alphabet, which is probably that H, which is for sure that H letter. Okay, there is that. And so how do we check if something is allowed? Let's now start building up our extensions on the strings. Let's add a new folder, extensions, and let's call it word extensions. Okay, first extension, let's call it the public static bool can be composed of, and this string source, and okay, we need to send CharDictionary in, but I don't want to use CharDictionary. It's not generic enough. How do I say? It's not you'll see. I will just make iCard dictionary to make it seem you'll see what I mean. Card dictionary of T. Okay, and let's send that iCard dictionary Scrabble.collections of integers allowed letters. Okay, so first of all, if the source or string that we are checking dot length is greater than 7, we know that in the description of the task, if it's greater than 7, we just return false. Okay, and let's here check for each letter how many times it repeats itself in allowed letters. So for each var letter in source, our source string that we are checking, just a minute, let's check if allowed letters of that letter minus minus, and let's check if our allowed letters of letter is now equal to less than 0 actually, then in that case we return false as well. And this is basically the extension method must not be defined in a non-generic static class, of course. Static class, okay. So by this way we are checking like if A, B, B, C, D is allowed, and we have a word A, B, C, D, E. We will check for that word A, we reduce this one here, we check B, we remove one B, we check C, we remove one C, we check D, remove one D, and there is E that is allowed, okay, but E, no, these are allowed letters, so the E is not in the allowed letters, so we'll end up with the false, because allowed letters minus minus will give us a negative value. So that's how we check if a certain word can be composed of the characters. So what we can do, word list dot where x can be composed of allowed letters on these we will search for our solution, and our solution is the highest scoring word that's allowed. And how do we calculate the score? Let's do that as well. It's a very simple way of doing it as well. Public static integer get score for a word, this string source, and again iCard dictionary of integer, and now LetterScores. Okay, let's start by saying score is 0, and for each var letter in our source we will just score plus equals letter scores of the letter. Simple as that, and we will return our score. Okay, and how do we, from this method, how do we find the high scoring word that's allowed? Well, simply by using max by, and max by, maximum by x dot get score, and we send the letter scores in, and that should be our result. There is one problem that I'm aware of, and you will see what it is, but for now let's just run this to show you that it doesn't work, and let's debug it then later. Okay, so let's take this input. Okay, you see there's no words that are getting shown. If we go over to the score doesn't have any issues, doesn't seem to have any issues. We could try to debug it, but there's no allowed words. If it never hit here, that means we never got to max by, because the where filtered out everything. So let's try that and see. Okay, the word in question is because, and allowed letters, as you can see, it already hit one letter that is not allowed, and it's returning false. And if we go over to the next one, which is word first, and we go over the letters, allowed letters, you can see that already two of them that are -1. So what's happening here is we are sending the reference to the same collection always. So instead of sending the same allowed letters over and over again, we need to somehow copy them. So let's, in our interface, make this one have an iCard dictionary of T copy. Let's force it to make a copy method. Okay. And let's put this hashing function somewhere at the start, since it's static. And how do we copy our card dictionary? So basically we need to just copy our inner array, right? And how do we copy arrays? We can Google that. C# copy array, array.copy method. Or let's try to find this one, copy to. This is what we like in our case. So what we will do is inner array dot copy to new array and index. So let's make a new array, and let's call it copy, and let's make it the same as our inner array. And from index 0, and let's return a new car dictionary of T, where the inner array is equal to copy array. As simple as that. Okay, Um, so let's where should we copy this then? Well, let's copy it here in this method. So we don't want our method to change the outside source, so let's copy it inside the method, allowed method, allowed letters dot copy, and allowed letters equals that copy of itself. Okay, as simple as that. Let's put some breakpoint here, and let's try again. Okay, and as you can see, after the first one there's -1 here, return false. We go over to the next one, and if we look at the inner array, there is no that -1 anymore, because we are now working with the copy. Okay, and if we run it full, we should be getting which is our correct result. Okay, so let's copy this out to the coding game. Let's start off with our interface and method. Okay, let's do it like this. Copy this here. Like this. Okay, we need those extension methods as well. But we need the class for it as well, because the extension methods need to be defined in a static class. Let's format this as well. Okay, and we need our program, and here here you will see that it's complaining that the maxby iNumeral does not have it, which is probably because it's coming it's in the newer version of C#, so let's implement it by ourselves. We can put it in word extensions. So for now, let's just copy our already implemented one from my Scrabble puzzle, and here is the method. So maxby like this. Okay, so basically we so I basically just copied some sort of this finding maximum element in a sequence by a certain property extension method that it's already present in the newer version of C#, but it's not present here in the coding game engine. So don't worry about this, just take it as this, and I will copy this as well to our solution in our Scrabble, and I will comment it out at the end. Okay, because in our solution it would be ambiguous between the original one and the custom one. Okay, let's play some test cases. Let's see if this works. Many possibilities, value better than size, valid word, large dictionary 2, cannot use letter twice, and that's it. So these are the samples which you could kind of like hack through. If you press play case and stuff like that, you could try to manipulate, but when you press submit you get new samples which you don't know about. And this is the real scoring here, and it's 100% as well. So yeah, that's it basically for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a bit of a longer video, and I will post the code in the description as usual. And thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye.